Elon Musk received an email. The words on it were clear. The Vatican requests your presence. At first, Elon thought it might be a joke. Why would the Vatican of all places want him? He had never been particularly religious. Sure, he had respect for all faiths, but his mind was always in science and progress. Still, the invitation intrigued him. The note mentioned that there were secrets, old secrets, hidden deep within the walls of the Vatican. Secrets that had the potential to change how the world saw history, faith, and even reality itself. The curiosity was too much to resist. Elon decided to go. The next thing he knew, he was on a private jet flying towards Rome. The air was thick with mystery, and he couldn't shake the feeling that something life-changing was about to happen. As the plane cut through the clouds, Elon's mind raced. What could the Vatican possibly want with him? What secrets were they hiding that could only be revealed to him? As the plane landed, a black car awaited him. The driver, silent and dressed in a plain black suit, motioned for Elon to get inside. No words were exchanged. The drive through the ancient streets of Rome was quiet, the only sound coming from the hum of the engine. The Vatican loomed in the distance, its tall spires piercing the evening sky like giant fingers reaching towards heaven. Inside the Vatican, Elon was greeted by a high-ranking official. "Mr. Musk," the official said, his voice low and serious. "We have been expecting you. There is much to discuss." The tension was building. Elon could feel it in his chest. He was about to uncover something that the world had never seen. But what? His thoughts were interrupted as the official led him deeper into the Vatican. They passed through long, dimly lit corridors adorned with ancient paintings and statues of saints. Every step felt heavier than the last, as if the walls themselves were holding on to a heavy burden of secrets. Finally, they reached a large wooden door at the end of the corridor. The official turned to Elon, his eyes serious. "Behind this door, Mr. Musk, is something the world is not ready to see. But we believe you are the right person to understand its importance. Be prepared." With that, the door creaked open, revealing a dark, cold room. Elon stepped inside, and the door shut behind him. He was alone in the room now, but he could feel eyes watching him from the shadows. The air was cold, and the only light came from a small lamp in the center of the room, casting long shadows on the walls. And then Elon saw it. In the middle of the room was a small wooden box. It looked ancient, older than anything he had ever seen. His heart pounded as he approached the box, his mind racing with questions. What was inside? Why had they called him here for this? As his hand reached for the lid, the air in the room seemed to grow even colder. His fingers trembled slightly as he lifted the lid, revealing the contents of the box. What he saw made his heart stop. Inside the box was a scroll, but this wasn't just any scroll. The paper was worn and fragile, and the writing on it was in a language Elon couldn't understand. But there was one thing that was clear. The symbol at the top of the scroll was the same as the one on the invitation he had received. The Vatican had been hiding something powerful. And now, Elon was the one to uncover it. But what did it mean? And why him? He had more questions than answers, and something told him that this was just the beginning. Elon stood frozen, staring at the scroll inside the box. The symbols on it felt ancient, almost otherworldly, and though he couldn't read the language, the weight of its significance was undeniable. Whatever secrets the Vatican had been hiding for centuries were locked within this scroll, and now they were in Elon Musk's hands. Before he could fully process what he was seeing, the door behind him creaked open again. The same Vatican official stepped inside, his face a mask of seriousness. "Mr. Musk," he said softly, "you've only seen the beginning. There is much more." Without another word, the official led Elon out of the small room and down another series of twisting, narrow corridors. The walls seemed to close in on them as they descended deeper into the heart of the Vatican. Elon's mind was racing. What else could they be hiding? And why had they chosen him to reveal it? After what felt like an eternity, they arrived at a large iron door. Unlike the others, this one was covered in intricate carvings, depicting scenes from biblical history. The official pulled out an old, rusted key and inserted it into the lock. The door groaned as it swung open, revealing a vast underground chamber. Elon stepped inside and gasped. The chamber was filled with rows upon rows of ancient books, scrolls, and artifacts. Some of them looked thousands of years old, their pages yellowed with time. It was a hidden library, untouched by the outside world. The sheer volume of knowledge stored in this place was overwhelming. "You are standing in the Vatican's secret archives," the official explained, his voice echoing through the chamber. "This is where we keep the most important and dangerous information. These are the secrets that could change the world if they were ever revealed." Elon's eyes scanned the room, taking in the countless shelves of forbidden knowledge. This was beyond anything he had ever imagined. Hidden within these walls were the answers to questions humanity had been asking for centuries, questions about the origins of life, the universe, and perhaps even the meaning of existence itself. "Why are you showing me this?" Elon asked, his voice barely above a whisper. The official turned to him, his expression unreadable. Because we believe you have the mind to understand what this means, and because the world needs someone like you to help reveal the truth. The tension in the air was thick. Elon could feel the weight of the responsibility that had just been placed on his shoulders. The secrets of the Vatican, the knowledge hidden in these archives, it was more than any one person could handle. But Elon knew he had to try. As they walked deeper into the chamber, the official led Elon to a small table at the center of the room. On the table lay a single book, its cover made of dark, cracked leather. The official carefully opened the book, revealing pages filled with diagrams and writings in the same strange language as the scroll. This, the official said, is the key to understanding what the Vatican has been hiding for centuries. It's all in here, the truth about our past, our future, and the secrets that could change the course of history. Elon stared at the book, his heart pounding. This was it, the moment he had been waiting for. The secrets of the Vatican were about to be revealed, and the world would never be the same. But as he reached for the book, something strange happened. The lights in the chamber flickered, and a cold wind swept through the room. Even though they were deep underground, Elon hesitated, his hand hovering over the book. Something didn't feel right. And then, from the shadows, a voice whispered, "Be careful, Mr. Musk. Some secrets are better left hidden." The word sent a chill down Elon's spine. What had he gotten himself into? Elon's heart raced as the whisper echoed through the chamber. It felt as if the walls themselves were warning him, urging him to turn back. But his curiosity wouldn't allow it. He had come too far. The secrets in this ancient book were too important to ignore. The world deserved to know what the Vatican had been hiding for centuries. The official standing next to him remained silent, his eyes fixed on the old book. It was as if he, too, understood the gravity of what they were about to uncover. Slowly, Elon extended his hand again, this time without hesitation, and flipped open the first page. The symbols on the parchment were unlike anything Elon had ever seen before, ancient, cryptic, and yet they carried a sense of familiarity, as though they spoke to something deep within his subconscious. The diagrams on the page showed strange devices, celestial alignments, and what appeared to be maps of hidden places on Earth. "What is this?" Elon asked, his voice barely above a whisper. "This book," the official began, his voice grave, "contains knowledge passed down through the ages. It is said to reveal the hidden forces that have shaped our world, the forces that the Vatican has kept secret for the sake of humanity." Elon's eyes widened as he continued to scan the pages. He saw references to advanced technologies, civilizations long forgotten, and even events that seemed to predict future disasters. Some of the passages spoke of hidden chambers beneath the Vatican itself, while others detailed lost cities and artifacts that had been buried for millennia. But one thing stood out above all else, a recurring mention of a powerful artifact known only as the Eye. The Eye, the official explained, noticing Elon's focus, is said to be an ancient relic, older than any known civilization. It is believed to possess the power to see into the very fabric of reality, to reveal truths that are beyond our understanding. Some say it can show the past, present, and future all at once. Elon's mind raced. Could such a thing truly exist? And if so, what would it mean for humanity? The possibilities were staggering, and yet a deep sense of unease settled in his chest. There was a reason the Vatican had kept this knowledge hidden for so long. As he turned the pages, Elon came across a map, one that appeared to show the exact location of the Eye. It was hidden deep within the Vatican's underground chambers, in a place no one had seen for centuries. According to the writings, only someone with a mind capable of understanding the true nature of reality could unlock its secrets. "Is this why I'm here?" Elon asked, his voice tense with anticipation. "You want me to find the Eye?" The official nodded solemnly. "We believe you are the only one who can. Your mind, Mr. Musk, is unlike any other. You see the world in a way that others do not. You've already unlocked many of the world's mysteries through technology and science. Now, it's time for you to unlock the greatest mystery of all." The tension in the air was palpable. Elon felt the weight of the decision before him. If he chose to pursue the Eye, he would be venturing into unknown territory that had been deemed too dangerous for anyone to explore. But if he didn't, the secrets of the Vatican would remain buried, and the world would never know the truth. Elon looked up at the official, his mind made up. "Take me to the Eye." The official's expression was unreadable, but he nodded and gestured for Elon to follow him once again. They left the vast chamber of the secret archives and began descending even further into the depths of the Vatican. The air grew colder, and the walls around them seemed to narrow, as if the very structure of the building was resisting their passage. As they walked, Elon couldn't help but feel a growing sense of dread. What if the warnings were true? What if the Eye was never meant to be found? But it was too late to turn back now. His curiosity, his need to know the truth, was too strong. After what felt like hours of walking through dark, winding tunnels, They finally reached a small, unmarked door. The official stopped in front of it, his hand resting on the old, rusted handle. Behind this door, he said quietly, lies the Chamber of the Eye. No one has entered this place in over 1,000 years. What you find inside may change everything. Elon's heart pounded in his chest. He could feel the weight of history pressing down on him. This was it, the moment he had been brought here for. With a deep breath, Elon reached for the door and slowly pushed it open. The room beyond was small and dimly lit, with a single pedestal in the center. On the pedestal sat a strange, glowing object, the eye. It was unlike anything Elon had ever seen. Its surface seemed to shimmer and shift, as though it was alive, and the air around it crackled with energy. Elon stepped forward, drawn to the artifact. As he reached out to touch it, a voice echoed in his mind, a voice that wasn't his own. Are you ready to see the truth? The moment Elon's fingers grazed the surface of the eye, the world around him changed. It was as if time itself had stopped, and the room dissolved into a vast expanse of swirling colors and light. For a brief moment, Elon felt weightless, as though he was no longer bound by the physical world. Then, in an instant, he was somewhere else. He stood in a vast landscape, one that seemed to stretch on forever. The sky above him was a deep, swirling mixture of colors he had never seen before, colors that seemed to shift and change with every breath. The ground beneath his feet was smooth, almost like glass, and yet it pulsed with energy. But the most striking thing was the figure standing in front of him. It was an old man, dressed in simple robes, with a long white beard and piercing blue eyes. There was something ancient about him, something timeless. Elon could feel the weight of his presence, as though this man had seen the rise and fall of entire civilizations. Welcome, Elon Musk, the man said, his voice calm and soothing. You have found the eye, and now you will see the truth. Elon blinked, trying to make sense of what was happening. Who are you? He asked, his voice shaky. I am the guardian of the eye, the man replied. I have watched over it for millennia, waiting for the one who would come to unlock its secrets. Elon felt a chill run down his spine. And what is the truth? He asked. The guardian smiled, a knowing smile that seemed to hold the weight of all the world's mysteries. The truth, Elon Musk, is that reality is not what you think it is. Everything you know, everything you believe about the world, is only a small part of a much larger picture. Elon's mind raced. What do you mean? The guardian stepped forward, his eyes locking onto Elon's. The Vatican has been hiding something for centuries, something that goes beyond religion, beyond science, beyond everything you've ever known. The world is a simulation, Elon, a construct, created by forces far greater than humanity. And the eye is the key to seeing through the illusion. Elon stood frozen, his mind reeling from the guardian's words. A simulation? He repeated, his voice barely audible. The idea was staggering, almost too much to comprehend. Could it really be true? Was everything he had ever known, his life, his achievements, the very fabric of reality, nothing more than an illusion? The guardian nodded slowly, his eyes filled with a deep, almost sorrowful understanding. Yes, Elon, the world you know is but a shadow, a construct designed to keep humanity blind to the true nature of existence. The Vatican has known this for centuries, as have other powerful organizations. They've kept this knowledge hidden, fearing what might happen if the truth were revealed. Elon's thoughts raced. He had always prided himself on being a man of science, a man who sought the truth no matter the cost. But this truth, this was something beyond anything he had ever imagined. But why? He asked, his voice shaking slightly. Why keep this hidden? Why let people live in ignorance? The guardian's expression softened. Because, Elon, the truth is dangerous. If people knew that their reality was an illusion, it could lead to chaos. The very foundations of society, of belief, would crumble. Imagine the fear, the confusion. The Vatican and those like them have chosen to protect humanity from that knowledge, believing it's better for people to live in blissful ignorance than face the terrifying reality. Elon shook his head, struggling to process it all. But I've spent my life trying to push the boundaries of human knowledge. I've always believed that the more we know, the better we can shape our future. How can we live in a lie? The guardian studied him for a moment, then said softly, That's why you're here, Elon. You are different. Your mind has a capacity to understand what others cannot. You've always sought the truth, no matter how difficult it may be to accept. The eye has chosen you because you are capable of seeing beyond the illusion. Elon's gaze shifted to the eye, still glowing softly on the pedestal. It seemed to pulse with an energy that called to him, inviting him to look deeper, to see what lay beyond the surface of reality. But even as he felt the pull, a part of him hesitated. The guardian had spoken of the dangers of this knowledge. What if he wasn't ready for what he would find? As if reading his thoughts, the guardian spoke again. You must decide, Elon. Once you look through the eye, there is no turning back. You will see the truth of the world. But with that knowledge comes great responsibility. You must be prepared for what lies ahead. Elon took a deep breath, his mind racing. This was it, the moment he had been brought here for. The choice was his. He could walk away, return to his life, and never speak of what he had learned. Or he could look through the eye and uncover the truth that had been hidden for so long. The weight of the decision pressed down on him, but in his heart, Elon knew what he had to do. He had come too far to turn back now. The world deserved to know the truth, no matter how difficult it might be to face. "I'm ready," he said quietly, stepping forward. The Guardian smiled a small, almost sad smile. "Very well," he said. "But remember, Elon, what you see cannot be unseen." With those final words, Elon reached out and touched the eye. The moment his hand made contact, the world around him dissolved once again, and he was plunged into a vision that defied all logic, all understanding.